Art can be separated from the artist.
Today, we invited one student from each grade level to come and share their opinions on some common binaries. The room is structured so that the right side is strongly agree and the left is strongly disagree, with the middle being neutral. As a disclaimer, none of these statements necessarily reflect our personal views or the views of Elistoke as a publication. Rather, these showcase a variety of opinions that aim to demonstrate how the world isn't simply black or white, but rather painted in shades of gray.
Monta Vista should switch to remote learning.
I think we should because we're at over 80 cases. I don't want to, but I think we should.
As cases start to rise, it poses a risk to more and more people, so it does have an impact on everyone, even if you don't think it does. And as we're trying to prevent cases from spreading, we should go online.
I personally think that there are many classes that can't function as well as they do in person if we all went online. And personally, I think the system we're using now to protect cases from COVID is helping diminish the number of cases.
Sex education at Monta Vista is sufficient.
Although I received most of my sex ed through 9th grade, I think most of our additional sex ed comes from our advisory, and I believe those advisories are sufficient enough.
I think part of the issue is student attitudes. When we had the course in 9th grade, everyone kind of viewed it as a free unit, kind of same thing with the advisories. I also think at least during the advisory lessons, the teachers aren't informed enough. During the last one, I think we had a couple students asking questions and the teachers' answers were honestly, I don't know, Google it. And I think that that's definitely not sufficient. And the other thing I would say is that I don't think it's geared towards teenagers enough. We learned a lot about different contraceptives and things, but we don't learn how to gain access to it on our own.
People who pursue STEM careers are more successful in life than those who pursue humanities careers.
I think it's only true where we live, which is Silicon Valley. But since I've lived here my whole life, I'll just agree, yeah.
I think people tend to overlook law as more of a humanities career, which can be very successful, especially if you're looking at how much you earn. I just went through college apps, and I know a lot of schools now have a focus on interdisciplinary studies, so I think that the binary between STEM and humanities is slowly starting to disappear.
We don't actually have one uniform way of measuring that success. You could have monetary success and be rich, yes, but what success truly means should first be explored, and then this question can be answered effectively. Looking at Silicon Valley, which is a place of a lot of tech, we do see that insider steam in our daily world, but we shouldn't be limiting ourselves to the location we're in.
On-campus military recruitment is an ethical practice that gives high schoolers more options regarding what they want to do after high school.
I feel like it's every person, it's the only job that has people come here. So it's if someone wants to do it enough, they'll go on their own with every other job. It's not like they have engineers standing in our rally court giving out free hats. It's controversial, but I'm not the biggest fan of our military.
I feel like in this era, a lot of people wouldn't plan on joining the military as a part of their future. Although the offer may be good, it may not be something that a lot of students would take on.
I don't think it's unethical. You're giving students a choice, you're informing them of an opportunity that they have. I'm assuming that parents, as long as you're under 18, are informed of the decision and have to sign off on something. So I think that there's a presumption that people are making informed decisions for themselves. So I don't see necessarily an ethical issue. I don't know how they approach it or how they approach students because I personally haven't talked to them, and I don't think they're manipulating people into joining the Army. They're giving them an option.
Art can be separated from the artist.
So personally, I don't think you can separate art from the artist because a person's values ingrain themselves within what they do, whether that be passions or things like writing or art. And when you work on something like art or writing, you're putting yourself into that piece of work. Knowingly or unknowingly, you are putting your ideals into what you do. Even though, like, you may not see it at face value, it's still there. And like, just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's like not there. Thus, you cannot separate them.
I don't think they can be separated. That's coming from like a background in Hamlet and stuff. Like a lot of the artwork that we looked at came, like the inspiration or the deeper meaning derived from the artwork came from the lived-in experiences of the artist, and so a lot of their identity was reflected in that art.
I'm in Hamlet also, but I'm also in Art 3, so I think I would consider myself an artist. And I think, like, it depends on what you make, and if you don't make it with the intention of expressing yourself in it, I think it's very possible to make something that doesn't, like I painted a bowl of ramen in art class like the last week, and I don't think that my beliefs are directly ingrained with that. Another thing is, even I think it's possible, but I don't think it's the best way to go about things because you're not addressing the actual issue of like the person and what they've done. You're just kind of like deleting them from the argument itself, which I don't think is that good of a thing to address it. Yeah.